Hey, welcome to Real Truth Talks. This is the channel that I've been talking a lot about my wounded warrior and just kind of our life, our process the last year. Today is November 11th, 2023, in 14 days. It'll be 1 year since my husband's earthly tour of duty ended. And I love the way, again, I say this so many times, the way the chaplain, our chaplain, hospice chaplain, who was also retired military, and said that the rescue copter came and airlifted Mark out of his body, which is perfect. So we're just a couple weeks shy of 1 year. November is a month. It's the month I was born. It was the month that I remember meeting Mark. He says we met in August, but whatever. So we had 10 years together, and I've got so much to say, I don't even know. It's been a heck of a year, and I miss him. We all miss him. The family misses him. We were walking out the door the other day, a couple days ago, and my youngest daughter, who's in her 30s, and was like, do you guys remember when Mom would walk to a door and just stand there? And she forgot how to open doors. Yeah, my 10 years with my husband, my wounded warrior, was truly, and I always flip so I don't know the exact quote from the book, but it was the worst of times, and it was the absolute best of times. We lived, 50 years in 10. It was amazing and terrible, and I had the best husband, and then I also had the very wounded, not so best husband, and that is the way with so many of our combat vets. Mark didn't die in the battlefield, but he did die because of his service to this country. He served with his whole heart. That's what he was. He was a patriot. He was a warrior. I come from a long line of military warriors, and I loved it. I miss it. A bike cannot go by, and I see a couple on it, especially the military riders. And this has been such a dichotomous life. It's both. It's painful and yet happy. Just worked through a lot of things, and talking to. I'm a lot in a lot of groups. I'm in a lot of groups, and one is PTSD wives and for combat wives, and it's been eye-opening. These guys are all different, but the same. The things that they suffer are the same. The things that we, as their wives and widows, are so similar, and the way these guys act. If you know, then you know, and if you don't know what I'm referring to, then I don't know. I just do more research. But mind control, the medications they were given, the shots and the V word that they were given mess up their minds, the things that they were exposed to. And I guess I would say the Gulf War backwards. I don't know now. We currently have just my husband's youngest biological son is still in the military. But currently, I've been the wife and now widow of a military man, my wounded warrior, and the daughter, granddaughter, niece, nephew, niece, I've had nephews, cousins. What else do I have? I've had uncles, cousins, my dad, a mother-in-law of two United States veterans. Daughter, yeah, I don't know what I've just mentioned. So, anyway, daughter-in-law, wife, granddaughter, cousin, niece, and so it was just guns and military have always been a part of my life, and I don't know, it's an amazing field to be in, but it's a very forgotten people. Military wives and children get shuttled around. We live with the damage that is done, and then we're ignored and forgotten. And I know trying to get help for my Sarge was nigh to impossible. And they would want to talk to him, not me and not the family, which is very rude. It's wrong. So I hope and pray that changes are coming. I believe they are. And because this military-industrial complex that we've had for a very long time, since the early 1900s, is horrific. It's awful. They treat our soldiers, more women now, like disposable cattle. And Mark did talk about that. He would do it again, and he would serve again to protect our country, to protect the Constitution, and protect the people. And he served believing that's what he did, and many others, my family members as well. And he would do it again. But he was so disillusioned. And he knew too much. My dad, very interestingly, as I reflect on things that have been going on in the world and the knowledge that I now have, he was in communications. And his wartime position was sniper. He didn't talk much. But he knew a lot more than he let on, and which makes a lot of things that he said growing up make sense. But anyway, one of Mark's things was he was part of all that, combat and some of the things that he did. Paratrooper. He was a boomer, mid-air refueling, and then he went into IT work after the Desert Shield. He was at the Pentagon on 9/11. Saw a lot of things that began making sense to him. But he was very disillusioned. The paranoia and the fear, which they don't call it fear, but that's what it was, and the damage done to his brain, his body, was a lot, and I didn't understand it. I do now. I sit here and talk to him frequently. I sit over there in the chair and and talk to him. In fact, I have a whole family here. But um, he's just missing. He's just missing. So at the 1 year mark, um, it was a great, terrible journey. But in the end, and at the end of it, he would tell me because he wanted to talk to things, he wanted to work things out, or whatever. And I'm like, listen, none of that matters, okay? I will spend my time working through things after you're gone, but just right now, let's be, okay? Let's just be. And then when he wholeheartedly gave everything to God, he just became amazing. He was the person I always knew that he was, and he'd say, I know you loved me, and I know I put you through hell, but you're going to miss me. And he knew. I mean, we knew, but I know he wishes he was here to fight in the battle that is going on now, and the Reformation that's coming. So learned a lot, and I've done it. Sarge, I keep recording. I'm not good at this, but working on it. Yes, and I'm wearing his jacket. The last one that this is the last military gift I gave him. I'm in his patches, Air Force. I still wear it. I'll wear it this winter. Super proud of these difficult guys. So I don't know what else to say. If you're a military wife and you're going through hell and you're trying to raise kids, don't expect them to be normal, especially if they're combat and they've seen combat and they've been in combat and they've been deployed or whatever. Oh, well, say hi, Clover. For a man who didn't like cats, while he was on hospice, I have 3 of them that were here, and they would sit close to him and watch over him, and he actually appreciated them. For people who knew him, yeah, that was huge, for him to not want to kill him. Anyway, so, but if you're a military wife or child or something, find some groups. It will make you feel less alone. On Facebook, that's where I found them. I don't know what's going to be around. Maybe the VA can hook you up with people. They were useless for me, for our situation. Because I'm like, are there not groups that meet, combat groups? The military rated, okay, Mark did not go after. He got a 70% disability rated, and they rated him 100% PTSD only. That was not including, the heart and everything, the physical that they rated him for. I said, are there not groups for us? Because what we go through with the guys, and then if you're one and you don't give up on them and you keep advocating for them and you think you're crazy and you're losing your mind, and which kind of you are, don't give up. And for anybody that happens to see it, you're not alone and you're not crazy. Life with them there's so much that's not okay in their heads. But, like I had somebody say not long ago, when you're really, really sick or dying, you want to go where it's safe. You want to go to where you feel good, where you feel safe, where you know you're going to be taken care of. And that's what happened, And I'm so grateful for all the time. I'm so grateful for all the lessons that I've learned and that he and I learned together, and the things I learned from all of this. Um, yeah, so thank you for your service, all all the military and the wives and the families, because we serve too. Um, all right, I probably am not going to want to talk much, you know, just really emotional. So, November 11th, 2023. That's it. We'll talk later.